From Tyrannosaurus rex to saber-toothed cats, predators shaped the balance of nature. This story explores how hunting, fear, and survival instincts ruled ancient ecosystems in the dim recesses of Earth's history. Long before the first human footsteps marked the soil, the world was a theater of primal forces. It was an era defined not by civilization or technology, but by the raw, unyielding principles of survival. At the apex of this unforgiving world stood the predators, magnificent and terrifying architects of life itself. Their reign was absolute, their influence profound. They were the sculptors of evolution, the engines of biodiversity, and the silent sovereigns of a planet teeming with life. From the crushing jaws of colossal reptiles in the Mesozoic to the lightning-fast ambushes of mammalian carnivores in the Cenozoic, the story of our world is inextricably linked to the story of its hunters. Their legacy is written in the fossil record, in the DNA of modern animals, and in the very fabric of the ecosystems we see today. The age of dinosaurs, the Mesozoic era, represents the zenith of predatory might. This was a time when the sheer scale of life reached proportions almost unimaginable to us now. Towering over this landscape of giants was the undisputed king, Tyrannosaurus rex. More than just a movie monster, T-Rex was a biological marvel, a 13-meter-long nine-ton predator built for dominance. Its massive skull, nearly the size of a person, housed jaws capable of delivering the most powerful bite force of any terrestrial animal ever known. Each of its railroad spike-sized teeth was a serrated dagger, designed not just to slice flesh, but to shatter bone, allowing it to access the nutrient-rich marrow within its prey. Its keen senses, including exceptional vision with overlapping fields of view for depth perception and a highly developed sense of smell, made it a hunter of unparalleled prowess. When a Tyrannosaurus stalked the Cretaceous floodplains, the ground itself would have trembled. Its very presence would have sent waves of panic through herds of Edmontosaurus or Triceratops, a tangible aura of fear that dictated their movements, their herd structures, and their evolutionary path toward larger sizes and more formidable defenses. But Tyrannosaurus did not rule alone. The ancient world was a tapestry woven with countless predatory threads. In the skies above, pterosaurs like Quetzalcoatlus, with wingspans rivaling those of small aircraft, soared over the inland seas. These were not gentle gliders, they were aerial predators, snatching unsuspecting dinosaurs from the ground or plucking large fish from the water's surface with their long, toothless beaks. Beneath the waves, the oceans were even more perilous. The Mosasaurus, an immense marine reptile, was the ocean's answer to T-Rex. A streamlined leviathan stretching up to 17 meters, it used its powerful tail and paddle-like limbs to propel itself through the water with terrifying speed. Its double-hinged jaws lined with conical teeth, allowing it to swallow sharks, giant turtles, and even other marine reptiles whole. The constant threat posed by these aquatic tyrants forced marine life to adapt, developing speed, camouflage, or protective shells in a desperate arms race for survival. The end of the Cretaceous period brought a cataclysmic extinction that wiped the slate clean, ending the long reign of the dinosaurs. But the role of the apex predator was not left vacant. A new dynasty arose, the mammals. The Cenozoic era, the age of mammals, saw an explosion of new predatory forms, each uniquely adapted to a changing world. In the wake of the dinosaurs, giant, flightless terror birds like Forus rucos briefly seized the crown in South America. Standing over 2 meters tall with a massive, hooked beak, they were ferocious hunters, chasing down and bludgeoning early mammals with devastating force. However, it was the carnivorous mammals, the carnivora, that would ultimately inherit the earth. Early pioneers, like the creodonts, such as were powerfully built hunters with specialized shearing teeth, dominating the Eocene and Oligocene landscapes of North America and Eurasia. As climates cooled and forests gave way to open grasslands, new predatory strategies emerged. The hunt became a game of speed and stamina. This was the world of the saber-toothed cats, an iconic group of predators that evolved independently in several different lineages. The most famous, Smilodon, was not a sleek pursuit hunter like a modern cheetah. It was a powerfully built ambush predator, more akin to a bear-sized cat. Its defining feature, the colossal canine teeth, were not for slicing, but for stabbing. Smilodon likely used its immense upper body strength to wrestle large, slow-moving prey like ground sloths, bison, and young mammoths to the ground before delivering a precise, killing bite to the soft throat, severing major blood vessels. The fear of such a specialized hunter shaped the behavior of herbivores, forcing them into large, vigilant herds and driving the evolution. Alongside Smilodon, other magnificent predators commanded the Pleistocene landscapes. The American lion, significantly larger than its modern African counterpart, was a formidable pack hunter capable of taking down the largest game. In the caves of Europe dwelled the cave hyena, a robust scavenger and hunter that crunched bones with ease, and the enormous cave bear, an omnivore that fiercely defended its territory. Perhaps the most efficient and adaptable predator of this era was the dire wolf. Larger and more robust than the modern gray wolf, it roamed the Americas in large packs. Fossil evidence from the Labrie tar pits shows thousands of dire wolves, far outnumbering their prey, suggesting they were masters of cooperative hunting, capable of overwhelming even the most powerful herbivores through coordinated strategy and relentless pressure. Their pack dynamics created a landscape of fear that was pervasive, influencing not just their immediate prey but also smaller carnivores who had to compete with them for resources. The constant pressure exerted by these ancient predators was a fundamental driver of a concept known as the Red Queen hypothesis, where prey and predator are locked in a perpetual evolutionary race. To survive a T-Rex attack, a Triceratops needed a stronger neck frill and longer horns. In response, the predator needed a stronger bite or a smarter hunting strategy. To escape a pack of dire wolves, a horse needed longer legs and greater stamina. In turn, the wolves needed to become better cooperative hunters. This dynamic relationship fostered incredible biodiversity. It weeded out the weak, favored the strong, the fast, and the clever, and pushed life to ever greater heights of complexity and adaptation. The very existence of herd behavior, camouflage, warning calls, and defensive weaponry among herbivores is a direct testament to the relentless, shaping force of predation over millions of years. Fear itself became an ecological force. The landscape of fear created by a top predator alters the behavior of every animal in its domain. Herbivores avoid certain high-risk areas, even if they contain abundant food, which in turn affects vegetation patterns and soil health. Smaller predators and scavengers modify their feeding times and behaviors to avoid encounters with the apex hunter. The removal of a top predator, as we have seen in modern ecosystems, can cause a cascade of chaotic effects, leading to overgrazing, ecosystem degradation, and a loss of biodiversity. The ancient predators were not mere killers. They were keystone species, the central pillar supporting the entire ecological arch. Their hunting habits maintained the health of herbivore populations by culling the sick and old, and their presence ensured that no single species could dominate and unbalance the delicate web of life. Today, the world is a quieter, less dangerous place. The great beasts of the past are gone, their roars and snarls silenced by time and extinction. But their legacy endures. The speed of the cheetah, the horns of the rhinoceros, the armor of the armadillo, and the social intelligence of the elephant are all echoes of a time when predators were the ultimate authority. By studying their fossilized remains, we gain a profound appreciation for the intricate dance of life and death that has played out over eons. We see that the balance of nature is not a gentle, passive state, but a dynamic, often violent, equilibrium maintained by the eternal conflicts between the hunter and the hunted. The story of predators is the story of life's incredible resilience, its boundless creativity, and the primal forces that connect every living thing to a shared, ancient past. This story explores how hunting, fear, and survival instincts ruled ancient ecosystems.